In the pale light of dawn, an unusual sound echoes through the Valley of Giza. It is not the crack of whips, as Hollywood would have us believe. It is the laughter and singing of men.
Pull together, my
They
brothers!
called themselves the drunkards of Menkaure, or the friends of Cheops. These groups were not prisoners. They were the highly precise components of an invisible, all-powerful machine. Human organization.
For centuries, we believed the Greek historian Herodotus, who spoke of hundreds of thousands of enslaved souls. Modern archaeology paints a very different picture. The pyramid builders were skilled craftsmen, engineers, and farmers. They were recruited during the Nile flood, the time when agricultural work was impossible, for a national project.
This was the beating heart of the pyramid builders' town. Vast bakeries and breweries supported thousands of workers.
In the workers' town at Giza, researchers have found bakeries, breweries, and even evidence of medical care that treated broken bones. These people were part of a nationwide effort, one that created a sense of identity and pride. They were not just building a tomb for a king. They were building the foundation of their own nation.
The true genius of the Egyptians lay in scaling. To manage a project of this magnitude, they invented an organizational structure that seems astonishingly modern. The vast workforce was organized according to a modular principle. At the top stood the crew, a large group of about 2,000 men. This was divided into phylae, units of 200 specialists, and these, in turn, consisted of small groups of about 20 workers who worked closely together. This hierarchical structure enabled unprecedented efficiency. Each unit had a clear task, from breaking the stones to their millimeter-precise placement. It was a human algorithm. Simple rules for small groups added up to a complex, intelligent overall performance. The names of the groups tell of a team spirit that far exceeded mere wage labor. What motivated tens of thousands of people to dedicate decades of their lives to a building whose completion they often never saw? The answer lies in their software, their belief system. The pyramid was not a passive monument. It was an active technology, a resurrection machine. Its purpose was to guarantee the pharaoh's ascent to heaven, to transform a mortal king into an eternal god. According to the principle of Ma'at, the cosmic order, justice, and truth, the fate of the entire people depended on the well-being of the king. If the king ruled justly, the Nile flooded. The crops grew. The people thrived. He who carried a stone kept the universe in balance. This transcendent motivation created a form of collective intelligence that went far beyond the individual. Every worker was not just a laborer, he was a guardian of the cosmic order. The pyramid was the physical guarantee of this cosmic balance. If the king ascended, Egypt prospered. If the pyramid failed, chaos would return. The stakes could not have been higher. If organization was the invisible tool of pyramid building, then the pharaoh was the hand that guided this tool with divine precision. But his role was far more than that of a worldly ruler or builder. To understand the pyramid, we must understand the pharaoh as a kind of cosmic system administrator. His holiest duty was to defend the garden of civilization against the ever-encroaching wilderness of chaos. Nowhere is this mission clearer than with Cheops, known in Egyptian as Khufu. While later Greek sources often portrayed him as a cruel tyrant, his own time saw him as the ultimate guarantor of Ma'at. His reign marks the peak of the centralized state, a moment when the resources of an entire country were focused on a single goal, like a burning glass. The Great Pyramid is therefore not a monument of vanity, but Ma'at,
carved in stone. Its perfect geometry is the triumph of mathematical purity over the disorderly desert sand. Its precise alignment to the cardinal points anchors it in the cosmos, making it an earthly image of heavenly harmony. In an unstable world, it was the ultimate bastion of constancy, a stone declaration that order would prevail.
The pyramids are far more than stone tombs. They are the first evidence that the true power of a civilization lies not in its physical tools, but in its ability to form individuals into a coherent, purposeful whole.
The principle of emergence is clear here. Just as an AI can develop a complex conversation from millions of simple calculations, the perfection of the pyramid emerged from thousands of simple actions. The Egyptians understood early on that complexity can only be mastered through structure and organization, a lesson that is present in every line of program code today. The pyramids are algorithms carved in stone. They teach us that intelligence, whether human or artificial, always emerges when information, energy, and order work perfectly together. Whoever understands the logic behind these stones understands the logic behind the data streams of our time. The Egyptian state showcased the sheer force of central planning in establishing social order. Yet it begs the question, what systemic dynamics emerge when such a totalizing enterprise breaks down? In our next episode, we journey to Babylon, where the world's greatest empire built a tower that wasn't destined to last. Yet, its legacy of chaos and creativity still echoes deeply in our digital world today. If you're enjoying this journey, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Are the pyramids the first algorithms?